Kayak fishing is still relatively unheard of in Europe. The majority of anglers aren't even aware that there are now pedal-driven kayaks. Until comparatively recently, there were only two manufacturers, Hobie with their fin drive and Native Watercraft with their propeller drive. Over the last 2 years or so, the trend has started and now there are more and more pedal drives. Slowly this pedal-driven kayak fishing has spread over to us in Europe. I started checking out all the various systems from the different manufacturers, but stopped at some point because there were just too many. I think there are now even more than the ones that I've mentioned. There have been some incredible developments in this area. There's one pedal drive that can be converted to a battery-powered electric motor, and there's another one that can be modified with an electric motor, like those that you find on an e-bike. But these particular developments are not of great interest to me because they're currently not legal here in Switzerland, as kayaks are not registered. But I think all that will soon change. It will be interesting to see what the different manufacturers bring out in the future though. Competition puts life into business, and I don't think that Hobie would have developed their reversed gear if Native Watercraft hadn't appeared on the scene. So now things are really moving. I've now joined up with Roland from Kayak-point CH. He has the largest selection of angling kayaks in Switzerland. Funny thing with Roland is that I have a Hobie, a competitor's product that he doesn't sell. However, he still wants to work with me, and it gives me the opportunity to test a few kayaks. Kayak-point has an exclusive import product, also pedal driven, which promises to be a very interesting test. I'll also be testing a modular kayak made up of 2 or 3 sections. With 2 sections, it's a one-man kayak, and you add the third section to make it a 2-man kayak. Kayak-point also sells feel-free kayaks, and I'll be testing those too. Here are the drives that you can convert with a small electric motor, so that they then work like an e-bike. I won't be able to test this hybrid function myself because it's not yet legal here, but I think that will soon change. Then we have the Railblaza products, very important, as without all of this gear, angling kayaks aren't anywhere near as practical. In fact, I intend to test everything to do with kayak fishing that's interesting or useful in my opinion. And because I didn't pay attention at school, I was too busy thinking about fishing, my English is not so good. And because I want to publish these videos in English versions, I've enlisted the linguistic talents of Rick Lucas to provide English translations, transcriptions and voiceovers. Gladron Stucki is another partner. He helps me out with fishing equipment, and he also has his own brands for boat fishing and for kayak fishing. The Hobie dealer in Switzerland is Duvoisin nautique, and they're also helping me out. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever come across a kayak that makes me a little bit jealous, but I don't think there's much chance of that because I have a Hobie Revel 13 and I've got that pretty well equipped. I've assembled a great team and I'm looking forward to what the future holds for kayak fishing. Of course, all the tests and reviews will be done from a neutral, unbiased perspective. I have partners who are in fact themselves competitors, and I'm looking forward to see how it all develops. I'm sure many people are also asking, why am I doing this? Am I desperate for attention, or am I just bored? Of course, it's great to get free stuff from dealers, but realistically, if you consider the amount of time and effort invested into presenting these products, the hourly rate for it would enable me to buy these items 10 times over. My main objective is to have fun and to raise the profile of kayak angling here in Europe, because I think that somewhere along the line, angling is developing in the wrong direction. Fishing is becoming more and more of a gear fest, a battle of materials. Boat motors are getting bigger, echo sound is becoming more accurate, there are apps for everything. I think that if people can't fish without all this stuff, then it's a sad state of affairs. In exaggerated terms, technology will soon be so advanced that you'll be able to send out your drone to scan the water. The drone will communicate with your boat's motor, and the boat will just follow the drone to the fish, switching automatically to the electric motor just beforehand, so that the angler arrives quietly to simply scoop up the fish into his boat. We are close to killing our sport with digitalisation. All the kayaks I've shown you today, with or without electric motor, are still much slower and much quieter than the ever increasing number of powered fishing boats. And that should be our goal. Kayak fishing rocks silently.